I have here with me Satyajeet Salgar, Product and UX Director for Google AI. Thank you so much for joining us and talking to Times Group. Google AI is at the helm of many things, but at the same time, there is so much happening around you. How is Google trying to stay relevant by keeping up with times? There's just enormous data out there, knowledge out there, innovation more so around amplifying existing trends. How is Google AI scaling up to that?
I think the focus really is on always just on customers and what people need, as well as sort of respecting this sort of incredible moment we're in, right? Like I think we all feel that we are probably at a point where this technology is going to be the most significant thing that sort of changes, how people work, how people enjoy themselves, how people live. So I think there's just a lot of respect for the fact that we're building this piece. But I think the interesting part is, rather than focus on the noise around, like, what is it that we're building for people? How will we make their lives better? How will we make them more efficient? And I think that's really the focus more than anything else.
Lovely. But at the same time, I think the whole aspect around product development, I myself working in technology, in product space as well, whether it is SEO, whether it is overall product enhancements, there is this entire aspect of what is it that is going to resonate. The MVPs need to click before you start coming to market with that. So there are a lot more failures than actual failing forward, I would say. How is that experience been for Google AI? What are those elements that you are enhancing on?
So I think we're in the stages of, like with any new technology, right? You're at the stages where, and especially with AI, which is rapidly sort of evolving at an incredible pace, there's a question of like, how does this fit in with existing patterns and existing users? And so I think we're in the process of evolving that. To your point, like, there is, you try something, it doesn't work the first time, people are getting used to it. And then you need to sort of reimagine how the thing fits in. Like the example that often comes up is Notebook LM, right? Which is a product that it wasn't completely obvious that people needed. I think if you'd come to me and said, what will really respond with people is if you put a bunch of documents and you make a podcast out of it. I'd be like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. But it turns out it was incredibly powerful, and people really responded to learning about something in a new way, right? And I think that's where the part that is hard, right? There's MVP and making things that exist slightly better. And I think we'll do that across all our products. But I think the magical opportunity is understanding that this technology enables things that we had not thought about before, right? Which is, hey, you are someone who does not enjoy reading large documents, and that's as a way of like learning. Now we have this thing, which is we'll have a podcast out of it and it'll make sense to you. We have a bunch of tools that we've put out that give people more creative abilities, sort of with, being able to create images and video. And I think these are just new modalities, and this is all out of the Google Labs team, that are sort of coming out now. So I think there's respecting the fact that this new technology just enables many more things.
Yeah, and I'm also going to talk about some of the devil's advocate side of it. Like, for example, there's Microsoft, there's Google there. I'm just overall trying to say that there's a 365 approach to all these companies. There's a in-house chat system, there's an email system, there's AI capabilities. Is Google doing anything around me scaling up if I'm a program manager or a project manager for me to become better from an AI standpoint? Is there a path for me to learn on this side?
I think each of us, all of these tools, right, like this, so a lot of my talk today was about how do we all be more productive? And I think the reality is these tools, the easiest way to put it is, intelligence has been democratized, right? So we now have all these tools that will make us dramatically more effective. We're able to do much more. So for example, you're stuck on a simple example, right? This is the most simple one. You're stuck on an email, you don't know exactly how to phrase it. Now there's like, use your favorite LLM, Gemini, ChatGPT, whatever, that email's done. Use it to plan your day, use it to check how you're doing things. So you're scaling yourself up by being just dramatically more productive, even using the tools as they are today. And again, as these tools become more personalized, understand you better, your productivity is just going to keep on increasing.
Lovely. And the final question is around Google search capabilities and its future. Is it going to be more inside of these LLMs or as a separate engine? Like, am I still going to be thinking about looking for, hey, what are the best shoes I should be looking for that's not killing my feet? Or should I be actually looking at comfortable shoes within the LLMs? Because they are solving some of the problems that Google itself is doing on the side. Are you thinking around that, or it's more of integrating with each other, working in partnership, revenue share models?
Yeah, so I used to work on search, but I don't work on search anymore. So I can't really speak for that team. But I think, that space is evolving. And I think we're still figuring out how that fits in. Yeah.
It's been such a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.